What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name, of course, is Multikills HD, and today in this video I want to talk about something that I recently just read, and I want to share it with you because I'm excited for PlayStation users. So, Sony promised today that 100 new PlayStation 4 games will be coming in the year 2014. So, I'm kind of happy to see that one of these two huge giant companies, such as Microsoft and Sony, one of them, and it's actually Sony this time, I thought it was going to be Microsoft, but Sony announced that they're going to have 100 new games. That is huge. And let me say why this is so huge and so vital that a company does this early. And Sony definitely won the battle so far until Microsoft announced this, probably in about a week or so. But the reason this is so important is because it's a big problem with new consoles not having any games. Perfect example, the Wii U. Does anybody remember the Wii U? I don't. And the reason you might not know or hear or heard of the Wii U is because one of the problems that was with this game is the entire year of this console being released, they had 12 games, and at this current point, the Wii U has 16 games for the entire console almost a year and a half later. That is a huge problem for any game company to go into a game console that they're not sure if they're going to be developing games for or not. And we definitely saw it play out for Nintendo when they showed that, hey, you know, we don't really have a lot of people developing games for it, we're not going to allow them access, and there's really not any profit for the Wii U, so we're just going to kind of ignore it and just let the console die. And that's what's happened with the Wii U until this point, and they've actually just been going downhill ever since. So Sony, on the other hand, is doing 100% the complete opposite. Hey, if you want to come develop a game, come over, we'll help you. The more sales, we'll share some money, whatever the price. You know, they're willing to work with these publishers, and that's huge. So today they also announced that they're going to be having a new PlayStation Vita that's going to be announced in the near future and is going to be coming out later in 2014. So they've been having a lot of bundles too, and they're also having a new Ratchet and Clank and God of War Vita bundles that are going to be coming later in the year for PlayStation Vita. So this is huge. I really like seeing game publishers win over these little battles against each other. And Sony, as much as I'm not a PlayStation fanboy or not a PlayStation player as much, I gotta give it to Sony. Sony definitely got this little battle versus Microsoft won over right now. I mean, they announced and promised 100 PlayStation 4 games in 2014. If I was today go and buy a console, I'd buy a PlayStation 4 over an Xbox One because of this. Hey, you know, I'm not the greatest PlayStation 4 controller guy. I'm probably not even good on the PlayStation 4 controller. But if I see a game publisher promising over 100 new games versus Microsoft, well, hey, you know, they might not even have 20 games this year. I'm going to go with the one that I know that has a different variety of games, and that is Sony. So definitely out of this battle between Microsoft and Sony right now on new consoles being released, Sony is definitely winning this, and especially after they announced today that also 90% of their users are connected to internet. That's huge because right now I looked up the statistics before this video and only 60% of Xbox One users have connected to the internet so far. That's a huge difference if you ask me. I mean, that's going on what, 20%, 30% roughly, depending on if it's actually 60% that Xbox actually has right now connected. So, like I said, Sony is definitely doing some things I like to see in a company. Sony, with 100 new games, is definitely an improvement for Sony. They've had a lot of struggles in the past, but this time they're doing it right. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys could, please hit a like rating and leave a comment for me. It really does help me a lot. Anyways, guys, my name, of course, is Multikills HD, and I'm out.